Hello guys and welcome to my channel. In this demo I'm going to create the EFS file system and then I will mount it to the EC2 instances and in the end I will verify it. So let's go. Okay, so what this lab is about. Okay, so in this lab I will create the elastic file system EFS. I will mount it to the EC2 compute cloud EC2 instances. I will verify that the file system is mounted on the EC2 instance and in the end we will delete the resources which we have created. So here are the 5 steps. We will create the two security group first, the EC2 security group and EFS security group. We will create the elastic file system. My EFS, I will launch two EC2 instances, EC2 instance 1 and EC2 instance 2, and I will mount the file system with it. In the end, I will verify the EFS file system is mounted and then I will clean up the resources. So let's log into the AWS console. First, let's go to the security groups. So select the security group in the Amazon console. Click on the security groups and here we will fill the required information. I put my EC2 ST, the name for this group. I selected the VPC. In inbound role, I open the SSH port and I make this source from anywhere 00000/0. In the outbound, I open for all the traffic and the destination can be anywhere with 00000/0. And let's click the create group. And here is the security group created for the EC2. We can check the informations. So let's create a second group. This will be for the EFS. So I selected the VPC and here in the inbound, I selected the NFS. And in the security group, I selected the EC2 security group. While I open in the outbound for all the traffic from anywhere, and here is I will create a group, security group. So my two security groups are created. And here you go. The first step is completed. So let's go to the second step, which is to create the EFS file system, and I will name it my EFS. Let's search EFS and click on the file system. Select the VPC, click on the customize, and here I will give it the name. I will select the file system type region. In the automatic backup, enable the automatic backup. In the lifecycle management, select 30 days and make it none. By default, it was 90 days. In the performance setting, I selected bursting. By default, it was enhanced. In the tag, let's put the tag as well. Next. And here, select the VPC. Yes, so in the mount targets, we see all the subnets are added. We will remove the default security group and add the my EFS security group for all the availability zones. I click next. In the file system policy, I will not do any changes and Next, review and create. So here I'm reviewing my file system and its properties, the mount targets, the tags, and I will create. And the EFS is created. Yeah, it's available now. So here you go. My second step is completed. So I have created the EFS file system as well. Now let's move to the step 3, that is launch the EC2 instances. Search the EC2 instance, click on the launch EC2 instance, and I name the first EC2 instance my EC2 instance 1. I selected the AMI, the instance type I make it T2 micro. I selected the key pair, selected the VPC and the preferred subnet. In the security group, I selected the existing security group and the EC2 security group which I created. Click on the advanced and it will open for me all the storage options. Make it more details. Then I see the file system, the EFS, which is already selected, and the file system ID I can see, and in the mount point. So I verify all the information and let's launch it. Okay, the first EC2 instance is created. Let's launch the second EC2 instance in a similar way. So I name it my EC2 instance 2, and similarly I selected the AMI, the T2 micro instance type, key pairs, the VPC, the preferred subnet. Here I selected the US East 1B. In the previous one, I was selecting US East 1A, and I selected the existing security group, the my EC2 security group which I created already. I click on advanced and show details. So EFS file system is selected. I can verify its ID and the mount point. Yes, so these are the details which we are not going to change. Let's launch it. Okay, so my both EC2 instances are launched. It's running, but the status check is not clear. For the first one, it's already the check is passed, but for the second one, still it's initializing. So let's wait for it. Okay, so it's passed. So my EC2 instances are ready. Okay, so the third step is also completed. Let's go to the fourth step, that is to verify the file system. Let's click any of these instances, connect, and let's connect it EC2 by SSH. And here I will write the df-t-h, and here I see that EFS is mounted here on this path. Let's do the same for the second one. Connect. Let's connect it by SSH. And same, I will type df-t-h, and I see here also EFS is mounted on this path. So, okay. So here my fourth step is also completed, that is I verified that EFS file system is mounted. Let's go to the fifth step, that is cleaning. So we'll clean all the resources. Let's delete all the VPCs, EC2, EFS, and security group which we have created.